Hi everybody, this is a black and white token control deck that's kind of based around Invasion of Tolvada, a new battle from March of the Machine. This is kind of a reanimator card for permanence, and if we can attack it down, then the flip side is wonderful and has great interaction with tokens. So we're kind of leaning into that theme a little bit here. Let's take a look at it. So we've got on the low end, we're starting off with Elspeth Smite and Cut Down to go along with March of Otherworldly Light as some basic instant removal. Then in the 2-drop area, we've got Soul Partition to kind of mess with the opponent a little bit and just provide some other flexible removal options. A couple of copies of Sunset Revelry. Revelry really leans into the tokens theme and gains us some life and maybe draws us a card in a pinch. And so this is kind of the first step in that token direction that we're going. We've got 3 copies of Go for the Throat, of course, 3 copies of Reckoner Bankbuster, and then we're doing Wedding Announcement, a classic token generator to go along with some of our other cards. We're doing 1 Kaya Geist Hunter here. Kaya is sneakily good in this deck, where we get to double the amount of tokens that we create until end of turn. As you'll see, we've got some interesting token creators up a little higher, and I was able to use this one to pretty good effect. We're doing 1 copy of the Celestus for the life gain and the mana fixing. A little bit of Depopulate here to go along with the Wandering Emperor and Sorin, kind of classic control cards. And then we've got some interesting one-ofs here. Sheoldred, mostly for the life gain on our behalf and to finish off some games, give us a little bit of reach. And then to go along with the rest of our tokens, we're doing Mondrak Glory Dominus to double up on how many things we can produce. Now, Invasion of Tolvada, it wants permanence in the graveyard, so we've kind of covered that with some of our enchantments and our 4-cost planeswalkers and below. But up here is where it starts to get a little interesting. Sheoldred is wonderful for making our opponents sacrifice things and then flipping it over into the true scriptures. Eternal Wanderer also makes tokens and can help keep a board clear. And then Dreadfeast Demon loves to feast on all the tokens that we create. And if we happen to flip over the Invasion, it gives all of these demons lifelink. So it's great for coming back against an aggro deck if you need it. And then to go along with all that, we've got some black and white dual lands over here. 1 copy of the Mirrex, because we are on tokens for sure. And then Eiganjo and Takenuma, of course. So let's get over and see a few games with this deck on the ranked standard ladder. I'll be with you for some commentary, of course, but as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. All right, Invasion of Tolvada time. Trying to find a good way to use these new battles in standard, and this one seems pretty interesting. We're going to start off with Raffine's Tower here. Opponent's got a Spar's Headquarters going on. Some kind of Bant list. We'll see if Arena does the usual thing of pairing me right into my foil. A little Realm Breaker happening for our opponent there. Haven't seen too much of that, but it's an interesting one. Opponent with land number 4 goes into Bankbuster. Alright, that's going to leave them with enough to activate Realm Breaker. They're going to steal a swamp from us after milling a couple of things off the top. Let's use this opportunity to get Sorin going. We're going to draw. Kaya, yes please. Small Kaya this time. Wedding Announcement gives us another token. We've at least got a blocker for Sorin if they can turn on that Bankbuster. Nope, they're just going to draw. Founding the Third Path. So they're going to cast something for free, lay down arms on one of our tokens, and then Realm Breaker. It's going to find them another land. That's some nice ramp, actually. Even if you're not built around cheating things into play, that's not bad. All right, we got a couple of Wanderers down there. Let's see. We've got Kaya in hand. It leaves us a little mana. We can try to double up some tokens here since we know we're going to be making one with Wedding Announcement. We can cheat in a couple of vampires here with old Sorin.
Bring my own army.
All right. 2 tokens, and the announcement flips over. Not too bad. Founding is going to mill us. And then Reckoner Bankbuster draws them a card. Follow up with a Raffine's Tower. Gonna hit us with Realmbreaker again. Yep, that's okay. All of our copies of the Wanderer are gonna go in our graveyard as they pull out another land for themselves. Okay. So they're going to be able to recycle something. They just have lay down arms though, so that's not a huge deal. All right, we pick up Elspeth's Smite. We're going to plus Kaya. Help out one of these vampires.
Need a weapon? I got plenty.
Get Mirrex into play. And we'll plus Sorin, do a little card draw. Yeah, that sounds great. Extra wedding announcement for ourselves. Let's try to get in with all these and see what our opponent's been holding on to address this. All right, they've got an Eiganjo for the smaller vampire. And that attack brings them down to 8. Let's follow up with another announcement and just keep the pressure up. Nice. We draw the Wandering Emperor, the big version. Opponent pulls out Founding the Third Path with, Lay Down Arms with the Founding. Easy target on our big vampire. Draws with the Bankbuster. Goes into Jin-Gitaxias. In response to that, we might need to cut this pilot down now. Although, we might be able to use our Emperor to leave them with just the pilot, since Jin won't affect Planeswalkers. Yep, let's see what we can do about that. He's in play regardless, so... Alright, Kaya. Give somebody a counter. Okay, everybody gets Death Touch. If we do the Wanderer, that's going to leave us with one thing. If we do the board wipe mode, but... we can also... do a little plus here.
I've made it just in time.
Exile an artifact or creature, comes back at the end of their next turn, so we can actually phase Jin out.
You're coming with me.
Effectively, cut down this pilot. And then attack for 7, bringing our opponent to 1. We're going to plus Sorin here, keep the cards flowing, sure. Gaining some life so we can afford to pay for the Celestus there. And since we attacked with so many things, Wedding Announcement just going to draw us a card. Opponent finally with the board wipe. Sunfall is going to give them a nice incubation token. And there's a Teferi for them as well.
This is a serious situation. We can still have a little fun.
We'll see if they want to hit us with Realmbreaker again, or if they're going to flip that token over. Nope, adding a mana, plussing Teferi, going to untap some things. And incubation token in play. Oh, that's nice. That lets them crew up the Bankbuster. That was some good play. All right, so Kaya is down. Jin is back in play. Opponent's at 3. I think it's invasion time. All right, we will bring back Kaya. Let's get a land into play.
By the look of you, this should be a quick job.
Let's see here. How do we want to order this? Too many abilities going on here. All right, let's do the minus this time. Need to stop messing around with Jin. Very dangerous to have in play. Kind of limits our ability to respond to our opponent. Now we'll double up tokens with Kaya,
Fight all this.
make 2 vampires. And we'll also get more humans off this wedding announcement. And leave up a little mana for our Smite and maybe even this March if we need it. Opponent with another Bankbuster. Draws. Might be looking for an out here. We're kind of threatening lethal with these flying tokens. Yep, drawing with the headquarters. Suppose Teferi could take a look. Nope, just going to tap something down, gain a little bit of life.
Only a little mischief.
Wandering Emperor, okay.
Feel the energy
Good old
of
main
life.
phase Emperor. They're going to exile the tapped vampire, so that nets them another 2 life.
I am almost sad to see you go.
And then Soul Partitions the remaining vampire token. So that is gone for good. We're left with 6 power of tokens on the board. Okay, opponent passing to combat here. Let's see if they want to attack anybody. All right, we'll use this opportunity to smite that token. And I think with Kaya, we'll just put a counter on one of our remaining tokens. That should be exactly 7.
Need a weapon?
And we'll attack the face. No blockers. All right. We got there. Good game. All right. This one could go either way, but we've got the invasion, and that's kind of what I'm here for. So let's give this one a try. Got a nice Elspeth Smite in our opener. Might give us some cover for the first couple of turns until we can get to our juicy mid-game stuff. Okay, opponent with a Kumano, likely a mono-red player. Yeah, let's get down planes number 2. Our planes are going to help out the few copies of Lay Down Arms that we have in here. Another Kumano. All right, do you have a creature to put this token on from the other one? No, opponent with just a play with fire, so they're going to go looking at the top of the library as they hit us in the face. They will keep that on top, though. Land number 3 from us. Well, we've got lands 4 and 5 in hand. So we just need to slow the opponent down a little bit in the next couple of turns. Opponent finds land number 3. Reckless Impulse. Okay. Picks up a couple of lands off the top. Luckily, no mechanized warfare from the opponent. Let's go ahead and smite this attacking Kumano. And then we can keep up Wanderer for the remaining one. Yep. All right, second Kumano flipping over. Opponent with another Reckless Impulse. Sure, go ahead. They get a factory and looks like electrostatic infantry. Yep. Well, since we got a second Wanderer, I think we can afford to spend this first one on Kumano if they decide to attack. There they go. Let's do that. We're going to throw up a roadblock since they are tapped out. Gives this Wanderer the option to make a token this turn. We draw a wedding announcement. We're not going to invade Tolvada yet. We don't have enough good permanents in the grave. We can do that once this Wanderer perishes if we want to. We're going to make another token as a blocker. Have wedding announcement create another one as well. So if they want to invest any resources in this infantry, we do have removal on deck for it, and we're at a decent life total where we can actually take the hit. Ooh, opponent's going to call in a professional.
See you later.
3 damage to the Wanderer prevents life gain, I believe. And then Ancestral Anger hits the infantry, brings it up to a 4/4. It's got trample, so we're going to keep our tokens. Let's see, Mirrex for us. Let's do Invasion and get back our Wandering Emperor. We had a second copy, but it's actually better for us to have this battle in play. Especially since our opponent's still at 20, we don't need to attack the face quite so urgently. So let's start working on this battle. We'll keep 1 back to keep the Wanderer safe from Foundry. Just in case they've got some removal for these things. Extra cautious. Alright, opponent's got a Phoenix Chick anyway. Gonna attack our Wanderer. There they go. Alright, Wanderer down again. But our face is safe. We might be able to flip this invasion over. They could block with Foundry, but we've got Wanderer to put a counter on somebody. I think it might be worth it, because the flip side, I've been really dying to try this. The Broken Sky would be a great win condition for our deck. Okay, so they block our token with the Foundry. It can't pump itself up. Just checking that out. Let's go Wandering Emperor. And rather than save the token, we're going to put a +1 on one of these humans. Try to flip over this invasion. Okay, token successful. No cards in hand for the opponent. We're going to lose our Samurai, but they lose their Foundry. And now we get to cast the Broken Sky. So that's going to make tokens for us and provide some lifelink. Fantastic. Yeah, too much life gain for a red deck, I think. Good game. Alright, opponent's up first, but this hand's decent with a Sunset Revelry. If they get their creatures out first, that's a good way to buy us some time. Just going to lead off with the plains till we figure out what they're up to over there. Reckoner Bankbuster and blue and white, so this could be some kind of control deck. We're going to get down our caves, just pass it on over. Hopefully we can get our Celestus down next turn. Okay, land number 3 and nothing. This is most likely a control deck. Let's play Mirrex and try to get a Celestus down. This might hit a make disappear. Oh no, just a Bankbuster activation. Opponent's going to draw a card, and we got the Celestus down. Ooh, there's some red in here too. Okay. Alright, opponent with the 4th land passes it on back. We're going to draw and discard with the Celestus. We're going to get rid of Sunset Revelry. I think we have to play Takenuma here. Let's try for Wedding Announcement first. Alright, that makes it through. Mana up for Go for the Throat. Alright, opponent's got a Memory Deluge they've been holding on to. So as they take a look through the top 4, they're going to come back with 2. We get a single solitary token from Wedding Announcement. Opponent up to 5 lands now. Looks like they're doing something this turn. What do we got? There's a Fable coming down. Alright. We might want to get rid of this Shaman. Yeah, let's do it. Go for the Throat, not helping us against Bankbuster. There's a Make Disappear. Saves the Shaman. Alright, we're going to draw with the Celestus. We're going to drop our Dreadfeast Demon into the grave. And we pick up an Invasion. Well, in that case, let's play the Invasion. We get the Dreadfeast out into play for free. End of the turn, wedding announcement happens, and we're going to sacrifice a non-demon and get a copy of Old Dreadfeast here. Nice way to power him out a few turns early. And let him feed on all these human tokens that we're going to be creating. All right, opponent. Nothing. Could have an instant speed response to some of these. We could be looking at a Wandering Emperor from them. What do we want to do? Yeah, let's discard one of these marches to the Celestus. We get a Kaya. Well, that will be useful if these Dreadfeast demons survive. Let's see. We're going to send both demons at the battle. If they've got one Wanderer, they can take care of one of these. They do.
Now you've done it.
That's what they were holding the mana up for. So they can eliminate one of these. All right, that gets exiled, unfortunately. So no more reanimation for that. Is this one going to hit? You have a Fading Hope for it? No. All right. So we successfully attack down the invasion. We're going to try to cast the flip side of the Broken Sky. Opponent's got Disruption Protocol. So that's just a flat-out counter, isn't it? All right, fair enough. We're going to do Kaya in that case. We're going to do the double up some tokens ability.
Oh, give up already.
And
You're outnumbered.
should stack up in such a way where we sacrifice human, we get 2 demons. Not too bad. Yeah, we ended up drawing with the announcement there because we attacked with so many things. All right, let's get rid of Depopulate. I'm not depopulating this board. We'll leave that to our opponent. Opponent's Fable will flip over. They're going to draw with the Reckoner Bankbuster. Going to use Otawara to get rid of one of these tokens. And then finally gets rid of the Wanderer in exchange for a Samurai token.
To me.
Okay. Looking at the graveyard, no great permanents down there to get back. No permanents, in fact. We can't even get this battle back. Opponent's attacking Kaya with a token. Sure, I think we can go to blocks on that one. Not sure what the angle is there. Could be planning for a big play on their next turn by getting that treasure out. So Celestus is happening once again. We will take that action. Oh, we get the big Wanderer. Let's discard. Yep, our Bankbuster. That's fine. Can always get it back if we really need it. Land from us. Let's see, that makes some tokens too. All right, let's put a counter on one of these demons with Kaya. Gives everybody Death Touch for the moment. Yep, we can attack in with both of these. Any response? No. We're going to ding our opponent for 15 damage, bring them to 6. Follow up with the Eternal Wanderer. And we will just make a little Samurai token. We will feed on the Samurai token with the Dreadfeast Demon and upgrade him to a slightly better version. Opponent draws with the Bankbuster. If they would like to attack into any of these planeswalkers, they're more than welcome. Nope, too much. All right, thanks, demons. Good game. Gotta mulligan the 2-lander. Don't trust myself with that, at least not today. Gonna put one wedding announcement back. One is more than enough for the shenanigans we're trying to get up to. Opponent leads off with a Kumano, so likely a mono-red player over there. Start off with Raffine's Tower. Save our cut down for later on. Opponent's got a Voldaren Epicure. It's going to damage us for 1 and pick up the counter from Kumano's second chapter. Yeah, let's get this land down now. We know we're going to cut something down. Just kind of want to see what the opponent plays before we make any decisions. Okay, so Kumano flips over. Kumano's kind of annoying, but... Oh, there's Feldon, speaking of annoying creatures. We don't have too many creatures that we're going to be sending to the grave that we need to reanimate. So I'm kind of between that Monk and Feldon. Yeah, let's cut down Feldon. The Monk can stay for now. Our plan for the next couple of turns is going to probably be making tokens. And those go away anyway when they die, so at least they won't get extra cards with Feldon. Ooh, end the festivities? Well, that clears out our human token. We're on the hook for another 4 as we drop to 9. Yeah, that hits planeswalkers too, right? It's not a bad inclusion if you're seeing a lot of tokens. We're going to pass and just create a token. We are wildly telegraphing that we have the Wandering Emperor in hand, but I don't care. All right, opponent plays with fire on our token. Goes to combat, attacks with both creatures. Let's get the Wandering Emperor down here. Great, we will exile. Not going to mess around with blockers since they do have a mana open for a play with fire. And we kind of need the life to negate the attack from this Epicure anyway. Oh, there's an Eiganjo for us. That's not bad. Let's get Sorin going a little bit, though. We're going to make a lifelink token. And then we're going to put a little counter on it. Give it some survivability against any lightning strikes they might have waiting in that hand.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
And I think we're going to keep Eiganjo in hand. Okay, we get a human, and the announcement flips over, so now we've got a 4/5 lifelinky vampire. That's going to take at least 2 cards to deal with from the opponent. Looks like they pitched a Mechanized Warfare over there to the blood token. Goes to combat. Could be trying to get us to block and then finish this creature off, but I'm okay with that. We can make some more. They've got a lightning strike for it. Runs their only creature into it, and we gain 4, so not a bad deal. Yeah, and we draw a Sheoldred here too. All right, well, actually, I'm going to take a look. We got a land on top. Sorin's going to let us draw that for free. So we'll play the Mirrex there. Let's make a Samurai with the Emperor here.
Watch for intruders.
And then Sheoldred really going to help us get back into this. Gain us some nice life. We'll get in for 2 since it's essentially free for us here. Sheoldred brings the opponent down to 16. All right, we've got a Kumano. Must have been a recent pickup. That takes down our Emperor.
For this?
And then follows up with another Feldon. All right, they attack. I don't think we even want to block this. They've only got 2 cards, and we're in the better position. See, we just negated that attack with Sheoldred anyway. Okay. We got 10 on board. Let's take a look with Sorin, see what's on top. Yep, we can afford to draw that now.
Nothing on Innis.
Yeah, we're just going to attack with everybody. We've got one Vigilance token and to go for the throat in hand. Yep, we'll follow up with one of these Bankbusters. Just hold up some mana for go for the throat and Eiganjo. Opponent plays a Squee. That's going to get the counter from Kumano. Well, we are going to eliminate him before they can go to attacks, leaving them with just a Feldon on board. Feldon can't block. So they could try to get in here at Sorin, take a peek at some more cards. Nope, they go for the face, bring us to 8. No blockers left for Sheoldred or any of these tokens. We're just going to get in and finish this one off. Good game. All right. I got time for a little more with this deck. Lead off with a Shattered Sanctum. Oh, that's a good pickup with Sunset Revelry. We're going to start off with Bankbuster, though. Start drawing cards with that, since no creatures from our opponent just yet. Hey, don't raise my Bankbuster. Opponent goes with Electrostatic Infantry. Well, let's Sunset Revelry then. We get to draw and make 2 tokens. Good deal for us, since my next play isn't until turn 6. All right, opponent's got a Swift Spear. Now's the time to start playing spells. All right, Reckless Impulse. Gonna pump up the team, finds them a Mountain and a Lightning Strike. No blocks from us for the moment, although we might start blocking this Monk next turn. Just land number 4 from us, as we have to pass it back. We could always use Takenuma here to go looking for the Small Wanderer. Give us something to do as we approach turn 5. They're going to Lightning Strike our face. Triggers both of their creatures, makes them a bit larger. We drop to 13 from the spell. I'm going to put one of these humans in front of the Swift Spear. We'll take another 3 from the infantry and drop to 10. Yeah, let's Takenuma, see what we can find. There we go. Got to play the routes. We pick up a Wandering Emperor. And a nice go for the throat, too. All right. Let's pass it on back. Since we didn't Wanderer last turn... Okay, they've got a backup infantry. I'm wondering if they'll be willing to still invest spells, since we're not so obviously telegraphing that we have a Wanderer. Although, no, we revealed it to them, so what am I talking about? Never mind. Okay, we're at 8 from that play with fire. We're going to Wandering Emperor this big infantry. That'll give us 2 life. Red not known for its creature protection spells. Lightning Strike to our face brings us to 5. Back up to 7 from the Wanderer. Definitely blocking the Swift Spear here. Let's get down land number 6. What to do? Eternal Wanderer gives us a creature, or we could eliminate one of theirs. Bankbuster lets us keep go for the throat open. I think that's a little bit better. Do we plus Wanderer, or do we just make a token? Let's make a token. We are playing some permanent reanimation in here, so it's not like we don't have a follow-up play for next turn. Opponent's got the Abrade for our token. Can't crew up the Bankbuster in response because it's not big enough. Then they go Ancestral Anger onto the Swift Spear. Does that give trample? Wow, they have hit a lot of their spells this game. Yeah, that's okay. All right, opponent going to the lethal attack. We're going to hit this infantry with Go for the Throat. We're going to draw as well, just to keep things moving along. Opponent drops us to 3 with that attack. Okay, no lightning strike. We're still in it. Think Sheoldred here guarantees the elimination of the Swift Spear and lets us keep up Elspeth's Smite for any hasty things that we might not want to block. Or we could Emperor and make tokens. 2 lightning strikes in that graveyard. All right, we're just going to have to go for it. There's no good way of gaining life. Unfortunately, we are in play with fire range. Okay, they got a Kumano, going to get us to 1. Yep. All right, let's draw. We are very vulnerable here. Yeah, let's try for Celestus, actually. Like, it's not fast, but it is life gain. So, yeah, let's just pass. I don't know, between activating it and keeping up the Smite, kind of want to keep up the Smite. They've got Raise the Effigy for Bankbuster, so let's draw with it. We get a Soul Partition. All right. Bankbuster is down. Wedding announcement. Yeah, let's activate the Celestus. The longer this goes on, the more we're going to need life to dodge their top decks. We get an Invasion. Let's discard Dreadfeast. And, yep, this will help with blocking. No attacks for now. Kumano's about to flip over, and we don't know what they're going to draw. Okay, so we're out of range of another Kumano. All right, it was a Swift Spear. We're still in range of Play with Fire and Lightning Strike. Let's do it again. All right, Celestus. Let's drop off Big Wanderer. We've got Soul Partition and Smite in hand. And the announcement goes off. We did nothing, so Celestus flips back over, and now we are moderately comfortable at 4. Ooh, just in time, too. Opponent's got a Reckless Impulse. In that case, let's cut down the Swift Spear before it can get much bigger. Still have a Soul Partition for whatever might be coming our way. Okay, just some mountains they picked up off of that card. As we get a Depopulate. Are we safe enough to invade here? We've got a Dreadfeast Demon down there, Eternal Wanderer, and the regular Wanderer. Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, I think it's Dreadfeast Demon. Opponent's kind of low on cards. They're going to have a tough time getting rid of this fella. And let's immediately attack that down. So we know, well, we're not going to get a token from Wedding Announcement. But I think that's okay, because this will make a token itself. Okay. Great. So, a couple of things happening here. Broken Sky gives us a token. We're going to sacrifice to the demon, get another demon. And now, thanks to the sky, all of our stuff has lifelink and Celestus triggers. So now we're up to 5. So our next attack could have us back up over 20 here. Opponent uses Ancestral Anger on the Kumano. Plays with Fire the Face. It's a little too late. Good game.